In this practice test, you will test your knowledge of styling single authors and titles of various sources. Take a look at question 1. Ray Bradbury wrote the novel Fahrenheit 451. How would you style the author's name according to MLA? Here are the possible answers. Is it the first? Is it A, B, C, or D? Which one is the correct way to style the author's name according to MLA? If you chose B, you are right, because according to MLA, authors' names in the Works Cited page are styled last name, comma, first name, period. This is for single authors. Take a look at question 2. The same novel. Let's say you read the whole thing for class. It's a stand-alone novel, Fahrenheit 451. Is the novel contained or is it a container? What do you think? And the answer is it's a container. It's a self-contained source. It stands on its own. Let's review. According to MLA, longer form works are containers and they are to be italicized. They are self-contained works like novels and nonfiction books and movies and plays. Containers also can include or contain shorter works, like for example, anthologies can have collections of short stories. A website like YouTube can have collections of short videos or videos. Magazines have collections of articles. Scholarly journals are containers. So notice they are italicized, just like anthologies and YouTube videos and magazines are also italicized. Scholarly journals contain scholarly journal articles. Notice they are enclosed between quotation marks. Keep in mind that scholarly journal articles are written by experts in the field of study. They have an extensive works cited page and an extensive in-text or parenthetical citations. Longer form works are containers and they are italicized. They can contain shorter form works like anthologies that contain short stories, for example, websites like YouTube that contain videos, magazines, and scholarly journals that contain scholarly journal articles. So let's continue to review shorter form sources such as videos are enclosed in quotation marks. They are found in containers like a website such as YouTube. You have chapters. Titles of chapters are enclosed in quotation marks and they are found in containers such as books, and the books can be fiction or non-fiction. You have articles. Articles are also contained. They are enclosed in quotation marks. They are found on websites. Websites are italicized, and magazine titles are italicized. I also want you to keep in mind that scholarly journal articles, their titles are enclosed in quotation marks. They are most often contained in journals. Titles of journals are italicized. Journal titles can often be found in databases. Titles of databases are also italicized. You can also find journals online and not on databases, but you can have this where a contained source is found inside of a container, and that container is part of another container, like the database. The shorter form work, the scholarly journal article, is enclosed in quotation marks because it is a contained source. It is part of, included in a journal, which is the container. The journal itself can be included inside of a database. So you can have a container inside of a container. Let's move forward to question 3. How would you style the novel Fahrenheit 451 in the works cited entry and within the essay? So how would you style the title? What do you think? Is it A, B, C? Which one? So let's take a look. And the answer is, it is A. Fahrenheit 451 is a complete novel. It's a standalone novel. It's self-contained. It's a container. And that is why it is italicized. Let's take a look at question 4. Within your essay, which is the correct way to style the title of the novel? Let's take a look. Would you choose 1 or 2 or 3? Which one would you choose? If you've answered 2, you are right. Whether you are writing the works cited page or within your essay, you italicize titles of containers. So let's take a look here at examples. In the works cited page, you have the author's last name, comma, first name, period, and then the title is italicized. Within the essay, both the title as it appears in the works cited page and on the essay, in the essay, it is italicized. In the essay, the first time you mention the author, you mention their first and last name. Readers should be able to read your essay and immediately locate this source in the works cited page. Let's take a look at question number 5. And I seem to be... Okay, here it is. The above sentence is what? In Fahrenheit 451, Ray Bradbury warns of a dystopian world where books are burned and gaining knowledge is forbidden. What do you think? The above sentence is what? Is it a summary of the novel? Remember, a summary captures the essence of a longer piece of work in a shorter sentence, in a shorter length. Is it a paraphrase? Paraphrase takes a few sentences and rewords them in the author's own words. So a paraphrase is similar in length to the original. A summary is much more condensed. Or is it a quote? So the above sentence, what do you think? If you've answered, it's a summary of the novel, you are right. Ray Bradbury's novel is roughly 200 pages, and throughout it, this is the central theme. He's warning of a dystopian world where books are burned and gaining knowledge is forbidden. Let's take a look at question 6. Ray Bradbury wrote the novel Fahrenheit 451. Which sentence uses the correct MLA parenthetical or in-text citations? Do you think it's the first one, or do you think it's the second one? Take a look at it. Which one do you think is the right one? So notice the author is not mentioned here or here, so then it has to do with the punctuation. Which one is the right one? So if you answered the first one, you are right. The first sentence does not mention the author's name. It just gives a paraphrase. One day, when the fireman Montag first meets his neighbor Clarice McClellan, Montag notes, comma, there is a signal verb, comma, and then the quote. Notice there should be no period anywhere over here. Then you have the in-text citation, the parenthetical citation. According to MLA, you have the author's last name, followed by the page number, and then the period. This is the correct way of writing the parenthetical or in-text citation. The next one shows an example that I have seen on student papers, and that is that they place the period before the quote, and then they put the parenthetical citation here with no punctuation at the end. This is incorrect. There should be no period before the quote. The period should go at the end only. Another mistake in punctuation that I also notice. You have the author mentioned at the beginning of the sentence, and that is perfectly fine. But once you mention the author within the actual sentence, there is no need to include their name within the parentheses. This is not correct. I also have another mistake that I have noticed, and that is that writers sometimes include the end of the quote after the parentheses, and this is not correct. Keep in mind the way that it is written here, this is the correct way, and I often advise students to do the following: to keep on writing until you notice that there is an example, keep on writing it, and then commit it to memory. In this way, it becomes second nature.